What's chilling, guys? Zux here, and welcome back to a brand new video. So today, welcome back, and we are going to, why did I say welcome back? Welcome to a new video. We're going to be, actually I'm going to be doing a Sony Vegas tutorial today, and as you can see I have a lot of plugins. This is just over time from doing stuff, you know, all that. We're just going to be making a Sony Vegas tutorial today. So first thing I do when I open Sony Vegas is, you know, name it. I was going to name it tutorial. I can't spell. And I'm going to be teaching you how to use velocity today. So first let's choose a song, and I'll be right back as soon as I choose a song. Alright, so we have our song here, and now we are going to open a video track. Save, just because it's a habit of mine, and we're going to go to my intros. Let's put, I don't know, this is a Peter Gold intro, I guess. Whatever works. I'm going to delete this now. Now let's get some clips. I'll use some of the clips I hit recently. YouTube Raid Running Man Suey. Sure, why not? Alright, let's lower that down now. And then I'll also show you how to use it. Fantastic. I'll be right back. And we're back. So, what I had to go do was upload this stupid thing to YouTube and then download it. In which case, the graphics are now lower than they were, which sucks, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Oh, actually, I'm gonna lower this down first, so you can hear my voice. I should put it to there. So there's our shot, okay? We're gonna be using that one. I'm gonna lower that down there, just so you guys can hear my voice. I'm gonna lower that down there. All right, and then I put in a cinematic too. So let me find. Actually, you know what? I'll do that with a sniping clip too. So let me find a sniper clip. How about my? Oh yeah, how about my 5-on for sword that I hit a long ass time ago, like forever ago. All right, let's copy. Oh wait, hold on. Actually. Let us disable or sample that. Copy this. Put that. Boom. Okay. Now, I shall take a cinematic. Randomly packs that. Black Ops 2. Some raid. And let's see. I guess we'll put the typical dying spot. Yeah, that seems good. Let's paste that. Let's get rid of that. By hitting Control U, you can dislodge the sound from the actual video. So I'm gonna delete that now. All right, and that's our typical thing. So now what I do with cinematics is I actually speed them up, and then I cut them so you know they're continuously moving. But yeah, so for now let's do that, and let's have this intro play in. Actually, with some music. I'll have that fade in. I like to change my fades. I like them to fade in like that when I like start off the video, or have them fade into a clip just by going like upwards. Now I'm gonna cut this. Let's see. And the shot starts right, or the beat starts. Oh, oops, wrong button. The beat starts right there, and I'm sure you guys know how to sync. You know, you press M on the keyboard when you hit a beat or something. And now with velocity, it's just a lot of syncing, as I'm sure a lot of you guys know. And if you guys don't know how to use velocity or sync, well, I'm sure most of you do though. But I guess it's just for beginners mostly. You go to every beat or snare, which is that sound right there. The ch sound here. I'll mute the DSR. See that sound right there. And then obviously this is the beat. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna not keyframe, but I'm going to mark all these beats really quickly and get this over with. And I'll probably speed this part up a little bit just to get done and over with. And yeah, so let's do that. Alright, so I just did that idiot little bit right there, just to kind of show you. But now let me scoot this forward a little bit. Let's get, what I like to do is I like to have the DSR shot. As you can see, the graphics is quite a bit lower compared to this raw clip. It's because I had to download it off YouTube, like I said earlier. It's stupid, but I don't know why my Sony Vegas does it, but it does. So now I'm going to split that by pressing S on the keyboard, and I'm going to shorten that again. That's kind of annoying me, so I'm just going to scoot that back, and I'm going to have this fade out, and I'll have this fade in. And so now, as you can see, what I did is that there's no keyframes here, so I'm just going to let this play. And then, once this hits, you know, then the music and everything kicks in. So then, what I do from here is I kind of let it play to about, like, right here-ish, and then I ended up splitting it again, dragging this to where it goes to the kill cam. And then before I do anything else, I go to insert this and velocity. So now what I do from here is I put a keyframe, or I guess it's called a keyframe. I don't know what to call it with the velocity. I'm just going to call it a keyframe on every marker that I have on the beat. And now, because there's a big dash between this beat and this beat, having it just slow down like this, I don't like. So what I do, I'm going to put that back to normal for now, is I go to, like, I don't know, about, it's just where it seems kind of fitting to slow it down. I'll put it right about there. And then I'll put another keyframe, go back to this one. And now with velocity, I highly recommend you do not go under 45%. Actually under 38%. You can do 31, but it looks, to me personally, terribly slow. So what I like to do is keep it at 38 or 45. Preferably I choose 45, but that is completely up to your choice. And now from there, I'll keep this down at 45 as well. And then I click another one, past that keyframe, and mark it up to, I mean, you can put it up to 300 if you want, but that's too fast personally. So I put it to about 183, if not a little bit lower. It's laggy a little bit. And then, because this is kind of fading towards another clip, or towards the end of the clip, I can have this up to 183. And then sometimes I'll just drag this down as a complete slow-mo. So it goes fast and then kind of slows down. If you don't like that, you can drag it back even more or just get rid of it altogether. And see, it just slows down. It's kind of hard to notice sometimes though, so I'm going to leave that there, and then that looks kind of cool too though. And then it just slows down drastically. So actually what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mute that, and I'm gonna go here really quick just to mute this, split that, oh oops, wrong one, split that from each other and delete this, just because what I'm gonna actually end up doing is I'll put in my own, oh shit, oops, I'll put in my own DSR gunshot that I have a sound pack of. That's just my personal preference though, you do not have to do that. And we should be good to go. Actually, no, one more forward. There we go. And boom. So, I'm actually going to split it right here because that's where the reload happens, and the reload doesn't happen until like right about there-ish. So what I'm going to do from there is actually fade this in a little bit so it doesn't sound as bad. There you go. And now, let's do a cinematic. Cinematics can be done very differently. Can be. So let's see. I'm gonna push this over even more to where he's already dying. So there's two different ways to do this, and with this case, I think I'll do the easiest way to do it, and I'll move that over there for now, and then I'll put velocity in, and now I'll move that to 300. Sometimes we do lower, and I'll move that to 50. So I'm going to scoot this over and move it back to 50. Scoot that over to 50. And at the end here, just make that to 300. So it goes in, oops. It goes in fast, then slows down, and it goes out fast again. That's one way to do it, but there's a completely other way to do it, and I'm going to take this off now, and I'll do that here. It's easy with just the one keyframe. From here, I'll go down to 50, move that to 50, and then I'll move this up to somewhere like relatively fast, and so it'll be slow from the beat, and then it'll go once the beat hits, it'll go faster. But I choose not to do that with this particular edit only. I mean, sometimes I do with other edits. I'll delete that now, and now we'll my cat inside. Okay, back. So let me just re-keyframe this really quick. Move that over there. 50, 50. That's actually kind of far. Okay, 50. There we go. All right. Now I will cut this back to here. Right about there is good. Alright, so the beat hits right about here. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to have the DSR shoot right there. So I'm going to scoot that over. Don't like that because it's just annoying for me. And alright, so we still got enough of the kill cam to show. It goes into it relatively fast. And bam. Alright, so now I'm just going to keyframe all this. And with it being an actual shot now, it can be... It's pretty much the same thing as actually over here with the reload, but it just, doing it with a trick shot. So I'm going to keyframe this, that, and that right at the very end. You always have to keyframe the very end. That's very important. So now because that ended off really fast, I'm gonna move that down to 45, unless I decide to change it. I'm gonna move that to 45 and move that to 169. 169. Now, when it comes to big spaces like this, be very careful because a lot can happen in the shot before you know it. So I'll bring that back down to about 45, 52-ish. I'll put that down to 45. And when it comes to big spaces again, be careful in slowing it down because then it's slowed down too much. And then I'll move that up to 169, 169, and we'll do that down to 45. And now, it comes to here. There's a big gap between there. So what we need to do is speed it up a little bit more. So move that back one frame, and I'll speed it up a little bit. Nope, still a little bit too slow. So I'll push this up just a tad bit. Now it's preferred that these are stayed the same, but if it's like a 1 or 2 minimal difference, it won't be too bad. And as you can see, now it works pretty nicely. And there you have it. So now it's kind of down to the gunshots, and I mean, you can sync them if you want to. I mean, in this case, it's kind of needed because you can clearly hear what they're doing and shit. And sorry for being laggy, by the way, because I'm recording with OBS right now. It's just going to be a little bit laggy, but we got to deal with it. So now at this point, it's just kind of you have to sync the gunshots on your own, which is really, really annoying. So as you have to do, you have to press Control U and dislodge this from the actual clip. Now, you're gonna have to, because I have my Black Ops 2 game volume really low, just for the sake of commentaries. It's hard to see where the Remington shot is, so I kind of have to do it by ear. And so let's see, it goes off right about there. So I'm gonna move that over there, delete that because I don't need it. And the second Remington shot is right about here. So I'm going to scoot that back. And it goes right about there. And then just for the sake of myself, I'm just going to move that forward. And boom. And then for here, part of the DSR gunshot is actually starting from here. So I seriously hate being interrupted. Okay, but I'm back now. That doesn't look too bad. I mean, it could be a lot better, but I'm just kind of scrapping this together really quickly just for the sake of the video. This can definitely be taken as a lot more time, but like I said, for the sake of the video, I'm not pushing it too hard. And I'm just gonna stop the clip there, and of course keyframe that right there. And now I think I'll stop it like right about there-ish. And so put that, actually this should be the 45 one. So let's move that to normal velocity. There's another one, nope. All right, let's move that. Let's set this to 45. Let's set this to normal. Actually, no, yeah, we'll just go the full way with this one. So that will be set to 45. This will be set to 100. I don't know why I did that. And from here, when it's slowed down and it's, you know, facing the end part here, I'll keep this at 45 to like right about here-ish, and then speed it up. Because I personally just think it looks like nicer with that, and it just speeds up as it ends. And next will be this clip. So let me just skip ahead here to when it actually start killing the people and hit that 5 on screen. See, with my clips now, there's multiple ways to edit these, and the main way that I've done it on my channel is, you know, quite easy, where I just take the clip, hit it there. I'm going to shorten it down just for this, you know, sake of this really quickly. I get this kill, and then I'll slow it. I normally would slow it down right about there, but just for the sake of video, I'm just doing it fast because why not? And let's see, from here, I shoot there, and so what I do is I'll scoot that up, Actually, wait, hold on. I'm stupid. I'll cut that right there to where I shoot, and then, you know, I'll skip right to me shooting next. And that's not a bad way, but it kind of has to fit the edit. And then if you just do that, you know, it's just kind of weird in this case. So I'm going to, you know, undo all that. And yeah, alright, so now, with this, there's quite a simple way to actually do this. And you can edit trick shots like this too. Personally, I prefer not to do that, and I do the way that I edit. But there's, you know, many different ways you can do it. See, now I start right when I see the bullet trail right there. That's when I, you know, put it on the beat. And then, it'll keep going. So let me actually mark a few more beats here real quick so I can edit this. Okay, so with this, it's quite simple. Like I said, you can edit trick shots like this too. And really, so you take this, and it's actually the same way I did this earlier here. It's the exact same thing, literally. You take that, you take another one, and you push it down to 50. And you put another one on 50. I'd probably put another one after that before you raise this to 300. So why is that slow? Here, let me do that. Here, what if I did that? Okay, now let me raise it back down to 50, or lower that back down to 50. And it'll speed up, and it kills the guy there, and it makes the quick scope a lot faster, and I think it looks nicer. Where it's just, you know, it's almost like cutting it, but it's not cutting it. And that goes back down to 50. So now between these, you keep it down at 50. And then when you get to the shot, or some part of when it hits the beat, you raise it to 300 and you lower it back down to 50. Well, you don't have to, but this is the way that I edit them. So I'm going to lower that, or not lower that, but increase it even more. So now it's slow. The beat hits. I'm going to have that go a little bit more. And then, actually, when it comes to sniping clips, I actually most of the time mute the entire sound, if not get rid of it completely, because it'll become very unsynced very easily. And it's actually, I've never had it happen where it's like been able to keep synced because of, you know, all the velocity that you're doing and slowing down you're doing to go with the beat. And now when it comes to this, it's kind of hard because you gotta put you really kind of have to have the sniper shot on a beat, and in this case, he shoots way before the beat. So what you have to do is kind of just mess with it to try and make it get closer to here, and that's actually really kind of hard in this case. So see, that's extremely hard to do. So in a case like this, it's kind of necessary for you to go and cut to the next shot, which I really don't like doing, but it has to happen every now and then. Now, of course, in between these, you can add cinematics, as I did with my Join Super video, and you can add cinematics, you can add Twixtor, or just skip to the next shot to make it flow with it nicer, or just something to make it flow nicer. If the shot's stuck between the middle of these, which is very much possible, and it happens probably quite a lot, and I don't know of a very efficient way to make it to where the whole clip stays like that. It's kind of depends on the beat, to be honest, and how fast the shot is. So it's kind of annoying, but it happens. And then there's the collat. So let's raise that to 300, lower that to 50, lower that to 50. And there's the collat, but we need to make it get there, slower, which is a big problem. Which is honestly quite annoying. So I might have to actually cut it again. And it's so close though, and it's kind of annoying. But for the sake of this, again, I'm going to cut it again. So let's see. Just right there, because that's where the hair marker starts. And we'll erase that. We'll delete that. Bring that to 50 right there. Bring that to 50 right there. Actually, no, we're not, because the beat is over here. I'm stupid. We're gonna raise that to 300. Lower that down. Lower it. And boom! You got a 5 on screen right there. That is actually horrible to be completely honest with you. So let's put another 50 and let's end it off on a fast one. Oh yeah, I forgot I got another kill after that. Oops. And voila. And now we ended off at a high note. That was actually kind of lucky where it synced like that. It's not perfect, but it's pretty close. So, I mean, this sniper clip didn't turn out perfect. But, it's just kind of there. It's not amazing, it's not perfect, but it happens. So, now let's get a ballistic gunshot. This is a very inefficient way of doing this. It's kind of a sloppy intro, but really, I think I really showed how to use velocity, how I use velocity anyways. And it's quite simple, because what I do is I just take it, put it, and then I put another one right under it for trick shots, and it slows it down completely. And when it hits this, I put one keyframe right there, and I put another one on top of it, and it instantly makes it go faster because it has to, and it's the way it's kind of programmed. And then, with these, it just kind of fades to slow-mo, fades to speeding up, and then it starts off slow, and then, like I said, once it hits this keyframe, it has to go fast again. And then it happens like that. And it's, to me, I think it's just really smooth. And, I mean, this sniping clip could definitely be better, I'm not gonna lie. But it's not the best thing in the world, it's not gonna be the worst thing in the world. It's just kind of there for tips and shit. And I'm gonna actually take that. Really, I can't do all those together at once. There we go. I mean, the ballistic gunshots could definitely be better. Honestly, I do admit I half-assed all of that, but I'm just trying to show off how I use velocity, and I'm not too worried about the specifics on the gunshots and shit. Otherwise, I would be. But actually, if it's really actually, it's kind of annoying me. So you know, I'm gonna delete all those, and I'm gonna re-put in some gunshots. And voila. So now let's see how it goes on now. That's actually a lot better. Okay. Anyways, and with that, it kind of concludes my tutorial. For most of my color corrections nowadays, I honestly end up using magic bullet looks. There we go. All right. And actually, no, yeah, I'll put it on all of these. Actually, before I do, so sometimes I use a preset that I already have. Not what I meant. Sometimes I use a preset I already have. Other times I'll go into magic bullet looks and try to find a new one that fits. You know, obviously that fits the beat and everything. I think we'll use that one, the 1HC that Lycan made. So we'll do that. I'll put, you know, let me go here. 1HC, just copying the name, just so I know, and I'll go back, and voila. So that saves as a preset, and now I'll put that there, and now I've got a color correction. Now you can obviously make your own color corrections. Personally, I'm not very good at it, because I always like my CCs really dark, and no one else likes that, which is understandable, believe me, I know. And yeah, so that's really that. I do always also put in RSMB, because that's just my personal preference. I like RSMB in everything that I edit, but that, like I said, is my personal preference. That's not yours. So now, when it comes to text, I'll just, you know, put in a text here. But we'll just use this one, just for the sake of the video. I small and down the taunt. I make the text smaller. I can't talk for whatever reason. And at this point, usually I'll just kind of have it zoomed out really far, and then I'll go here, restore it, zoom it in a little bit more, and have it, you know, fade out. And have this fade in along with everything else so it matches. And there you go, you got some opening text. And with that, that is how I make my, that's how I make my edits actually completely. And that's also how I use velocity. So that's really it. I know this was kind of a mess of a video all over the place, and I know this clip now looks really bad because I downloaded it off freaking YouTube. But yeah, that's been it. I will leave the edit at the very end of this video. Actually, I'll probably put it at the beginning and at the end. Yeah. So, I hope you guys have enjoyed. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done that already. Any of that's been it. Hope you guys have a nice day. Just chill out, and peace.